Hello, 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 everyone. I am so happy to be here with you today. My name is Melissa Watkins. I'm an evidential medium, and I'm also a master instructor teacher with integrative energy therapy, which is what I wanted to do today, was to talk to you about that and share my journey and share some of the ways that IET can be beneficial to those of you who are feeling like you need something. So some of the things we're going to talk about today are abuse. Some of the things we're going to talk about today are addiction. Some of the things we're going to talk about today are anxiety and depression. And all of these ways in which we block ourselves or we feel like we can't move forward in our lives. We're going to talk about vibrational frequency in the universe and how does that play into everything. And we're going to talk about energy. What is energy? So I'm going to try to keep this to 30 minutes, but if you do pop on, if you were able to join me live and you would like to add comments to the conversation about your experience with integrative energy therapy, or if you would like to ask questions. Is this something for you? Is this something that would be beneficial for you? So that is really what I wanted to do today, because I get so many questions from folks who are like, I don't know if this would be beneficial to me, in my own experience. Would this be something that could be helpful to me? And what I'm going to say is, we all have an energetic system. We all have energy bodies. We all have chakra systems. We all have meridian points. And we are now starting to understand these energy bodies more than ever before. We are having the medical community understand that there's more going on than just the physical body, the mental body, the spiritual body, the physical body. It's all connected. And so integrative energy therapy is an energy therapy modality that is going to go in and start helping you to release the issues in your tissues. Because one of the things that we do as humans is we have situations emotionally, mentally, physically, that happen to us. And one of the things about energy is it cannot be destroyed. So what happens when you have this energetic signature of something that has happened to you and you're holding on to it? Because if energy can't be destroyed, how do we let go of things that happen to us, feelings that we have, emotions that we have, physical ailments that we have? And that's where we have to release it. We have to transmute it. We have to turn it into something else. And so that's what integrated energy therapy does, is it takes the negative and imprints or integrates the positive. So things like betrayal and fear, any fear-based emotion, resentment, disempowerment, unworthiness. How do we transform or transmute those energies? So how this affected me was back in 2012 or 13, I really started to look into what was going on with me. And I started to do a lot of my own work. I had done therapy earlier in my life for some abusive situations and some things that I felt were holding me back. Good morning or hello. And so I knew that I could feel that I wanted to be better. I wanted to feel that I could be better. But I'd had narcissistic relationships that I didn't understand. I had that trauma from a very early age that I didn't understand. And these were things that were really, really holding me back. And so, you do the counseling, you do other energy modalities, You do positive affirmations, you do, all the things they say to do, and you still feel like you're being blocked. And that's where I was. I felt like I had a hurdle and I didn't know how to get over that hurdle because I kept trying. I kept trying other things. I kept trying mirror work. I kept trying positive affirmations. I kept trying, listening to high vibrational frequency. Like I was trying all these things in my own life. I was still feeling very, very stuck. I was feeling like I couldn't get to that next level. In my business, I was only getting very few people seeing me. I was really not able to draw in the kind of people that I could then help or work with. So that hurdle was where I was. And I was very frustrated because I had done all kinds of different things, conventional talk therapy, counseling, medication for depression. But I always had that negative feeling in my mental body, that negative self-talk, that feeling of not being good enough or worthy to receive. And that's where the integrative energy therapy came into play. That working with the high vibrational frequencies of the archangels, coming in and transmuting that energy that I wasn't able to transmute myself. I wasn't able to root out that trauma and that feeling of not good enough. And so that is one of the things that I love about being able to now share this energy modality, because many of us, we have things that are issues in our tissues. They're stuck, right? They're stuck inside of us. And we don't know how to change it. How do we flip the script? How do we believe that we can achieve? How do we do that when we don't feel on a very core level that we're good enough or that we're worthy or that we have the power that we need? Hi, Sarah. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. So one of the things about the integrative energy therapy is sometimes these traumas that we're holding on to, we don't even recognize we're holding on to them, especially if they were started at a very early age. Or sometimes we don't recognize how we've been treated was very abusive. We just know that that's how we've always been treated by certain people, whether that's family or friends or coworkers. So one of the things that the IET does, which I really, really appreciate, is that it identifies those suppressed feelings. We don't have to identify. That's why I love that this really supports like counseling or talk therapy, because sometimes we don't always know what's holding us back. We don't always know how we're being held down. But what it's going to do is it's going to come in and it's going to clear the blocks. It's going to open us up and unbind us in ways that we may not even recognize we were binding ourselves, holding ourselves back. So for many of us, we want to be prosperous, we want to be abundant, we want to have that financial stability, we want to have that loving relationship, but we don't recognize that all of that starts inside. That if we don't feel good enough to receive, if we don't feel worthy enough to be successful, if we don't feel powerful enough to make the leaps of faith, how are we ever going to move forward? And so that's where I'm really appreciating the integrative energy therapy and the work that we do. And I say we because it's coming through me from the higher vibrational frequencies of the angels. And so I don't feel like I do anything other than be the conduit or the channel for the healing. And so what it's going to do is it's going to provide the gentle support. It's going to provide what you need to really transmute these energies that you're holding on to at a cellular level that are really embedded in you from those very, very early situations and after, because some of us have had our situations or our fear brought on in when we're older. Doesn't always have to be in your childhood. It can be when you're older. So I just wanted to share, and thank you for those of you who've gotten in contact with me and are allowing me to share your story. And remember that everybody's experience is different, and everybody's outcome is different. But this is what I've been seeing in the just about a year that I've been working with folks with the integrative energy therapy. But I've been seeing people who struggle with addiction are able to handle it better, feel like they can take their power back from whatever their addiction is. And addiction doesn't have to be drugs, guys. It can be food, it can be sex, it can be sugar, it could be alcohol, it could be other substances. But addiction is anything you're doing repeatedly that is impacting you negatively. And so that's really important to put out there. Hello, Delia. Welcome. But I have been working with people who have, really struggled with breaking that negative pattern. And with the integrative energy therapy and the releasing of the traumas, the issues in the tissues that required the addiction, that brought on that need to self-soothe in a way that was impacting you negatively. So that's been beautiful. That's been beautiful. And I've actually felt that in my own life. For many, many years, I suffered with sugar addiction, and I was grossly obese for about a decade or more. And for some people that I've worked with, it has been substances that they've been able to stay away from. Again, all of the outcomes are going to be individual, and you have to do the work. What I will say is that integrative energy therapy is a tool in your toolkit, so you still have to do the other, healing work, whether that is working with a mentor, a counselor, reading the self-help books, the spiritual awakening books. Oh, there goes my light, but that's okay. Whatever it is that will support you on your journey, the IET will help, will be another tool. Some people have really, really benefited from the IET helping them to release that narcissistic relationship, recognizing that they're not alone, that they don't go through this alone, that they're not crazy, or that they they are worthy to have a beneficial relationship. I know, Delia, right? Spirit is in the house saying, we got your back. So if you're someone that has had abusive relationships or narcissistic relationships and you feel like that's your pattern and you want to break that pattern, because remember, who we're drawing to us is where we resonate. So if you're down in the vibrational scale or the emotional chart down in fear, whether that's, blame, shame, grief, unworthiness, victimization, if you're down in that part of the chart, those are the type of people that you're going to draw to you. So what the integrative energy therapy does is it raises your vibrational frequency, because you're healing and releasing all the toxic energy that you're holding on to. So now you're not going to resonate with those people down here. So the people that you draw in will be beneficial. The people that you draw in will be a partner in the truest sense of the word. But for many of us, when we're in that abusive pattern or we're in those narcissistic relationships, because we're the empath 9 times out of 10, mostly, we feel their brokenness. We feel their shame on some level, and we want to be beneficial to them. We want to help them. But sometimes the best thing you can do in those relationships is love them from afar. And so the integrative energy therapy can really help you to look at what is holding you back, why you are drawing those relationships into your life that aren't beneficial, so that we can transform that threat or that betrayal or that resentment or that unworthiness, so that you can start feeling empowered, you can start feeling worthy, you can start feeling safe, and you can draw in those people that will then match you on that vibrational level. So that is one of the real benefits that I have seen in this work, is people really stepping into their power and taking their power back and standing up for themselves and really starting to live the life that they want to live, and letting go of all of the gunk and stuff that has really held them back. It's going to support your self-healing at all levels. So for those of you who are really holding your traumas in your physical body, it can help release that. For those of you holding it in your mental body, you're very anxious, you get anxiety, you have panic attacks. It can help transmute and transform those negative energies so that you don't get to that panic level or that anxiety-ridden level that keeps you locked into not being able to do and be what you want to do and be. And again, everybody's going to have their own experience. Everybody's going to have their own level of healing. But overall, everyone I've worked with in some way has had profound change. And for many of them, it was profound change they didn't even recognize they would get to. So it's all good. It is going to help you discover your soul's purpose. And for many people, especially if you're on a spiritual awakening path, that is your big question. Why am I here? Why am I going through what I'm going through? Why am I feeling like I'm not safe or stable? Why am I feeling like I can't have the happy relationship or the happy financial situation that I want? I can't do the job I want to do. Or I don't know what the job is. I just know the one I've got isn't what I want. So that's what IET can do, is it can help you discover and live your soul's purpose. And secret, I'm gonna give you a secret. Everybody's soul's purpose on this earth is to be of service in some way. How that looks for you is going to be very different than how that looks for somebody else. And I'm going to give you another hint, that a soul's purpose doesn't have to be monumentally out there for the masses. For some of us, our soul's purpose is simply to be the beacon of light, or to be the way shower, or to be the example of what it is to be kind and compassionate. So sometimes your soul's purpose will be, and maybe you'll feel like it's very simple, but that is going to be the most needed purpose. Hey, Nita, hello. So I wanted to come on here today and really just talk about integrative energy therapy and what the benefits are, where you can really feel you can move through your issue, your trauma, whether it's that abusive relationship, that self-sabotaging pattern that you keep going through. Whether it is, those very narcissistic relationships, whether it's self-sabotage, you just keep getting in your own way. And that's where you feel blocked. You feel like you can't get out of your own way. And how do you release those blockages? How do you get to a place where you feel safe and stable enough to make the choices and decisions that are going to take you down the road that you want to go down? Not the one you feel like you have to go down, or the one you feel like you need to stay on, but the one you want to go down. And that's what integrative energy therapy can help you do. Really step into your power in a way where you don't care about anybody's criticisms and judgments. You don't care about societal expectations. You know that what you're doing for you is where you want to be and what you want to be doing, and it feels good and everything is going well. Because when you raise your vibrational frequency, when you let go of the traumas and dramas that are holding you back, you are going to start living in alignment. You're going to start feeling like you found some secret sauce or some magic, because it all just starts to flow. It all just starts to work. Thank you, Delia. Thank you. Yeah, I that's why I can't stop talking about it, because it is a wonderful healing. That's why I can't stop talking about it. And that's why I wanted to come on here and talk about it, because right now I do have the 25% off discount that's going to go away on the 31st. And so, if you're someone that really wants to give it a try, or you want your next session and you don't want to do it right now, I would say buy yourself a gift card and keep it in your back pocket until you're ready, next year at some point when, you do feel like you're ready to do some work on yourself and you're ready to release some traumas and dramas. Because it's hard. It's hard when you're trying to live a life of abundance or prosperity or happiness or worthiness or peace. And you just can't get there. And you just can't figure out why you can't get there. Because you don't recognize that you're holding on to something that's weighing you down energetically. Some woulda, coulda, shoulda. Some unworthiness. Some powerlessness. People who have grown up in very domineering households or with domineering, caregivers. You don't even realize how much powerlessness you're holding on to. When you grow up, always hearing that you can't get ahead or that you're never going to have enough of anything, you internalize that. And how do you release that? How do you transform that old story? And that's what the integrative energy therapy can help you do. Change that old story so that you can start living your purpose, having the happiness, meeting the right person, having that relationship, acquiring that job or starting your own business and having a happy financial situation. That's what the integrative energy therapy can help you do. And everybody that I've worked with, it has been unique because everybody's story is different. And that's why I also talk about not just getting one session, but really looking at buying into the package of 3, because that is the best, not only for the price point, but that's for the healing that you're going to do. Because again, integrative energy therapy is a tool in your toolkit, and you're on a journey when you're healing. And so you want to have help along the way. And so I never schedule the sessions more than 3 weeks at a time. So usually we do one a month, because that energy therapy, because it's energetic and you're working with those high vibrational beings, you're going to be feeling the benefits or the changes throughout those weeks after the session. And so what I like to do, because mostly I'm doing the distant healing sessions, and please know that a distant healing session is just as powerful and as beneficial as an in-person, because once I'm in your energy, whether we're in the same room or not makes no difference. All time and space is everywhere. So you're going to feel the benefits over the weeks after the session. And because it is a month before we're going to talk again between sessions, if you do the package, I do like to do like a 20-minute call about 2 weeks after your session to do a little check-in to make sure you're okay or answer any questions you have, talk about your experiences. I also, hey Dorothy, I also send you an email after our distance session with kind of a little rundown of what was included in the session and anything that I experienced that you may find beneficial. So there's a lot of communication between the two of us. This is a partnership. I do partner with you on this journey. So if you do the package deal, that is going to be the most not only bang for your buck, but that is going to get you a lot of access to me and to my experiences so that I can help you. And remember, whenever we talk, I'm always talking to you intuitively. I'm always working with my team of guides, angels, and ascended masters to bring you the information that you need on your journey for your experience. So there's always I'm always partnering. I'm always partnering with the angels, whether we're having a discussion or whether we're having therapy. So it is profound. It is good. It is good. So I truly appreciate each and every one of you being here. And I hope that if you have any questions, you get a hold of me. You can message me here on Facebook, or you could always email me at guidance311@guidance311.com, and that's all found on my website. I did put a link in the comments for taking you right to the integrative energy page on my website, but it will take you to my website so that if you wanted to communicate with me through there, you may. If you want to book a session, all you have to do is go to the book tab, or if you want to get a gift card for you or anyone you want to give a gift to, the gift card is there also under the More tab. So a lot going on, a lot. But the integrative energy therapy, guys, I am passionate about it because I know how profoundly it's changed my life. And I really want to share that with all of you. So I thank all of you for being here with me. I truly appreciate that. If anybody's got any questions, I would absolutely love to answer them for you. And please, if you're watching this on the replay and you have a question, put it in the comments. I will respond. So there's many ways in which to get a hold of me. But again, if your situation is unique and you don't want to put it in a public forum, please email me, guidance311@guidance311.com. And I appreciate that. So thank you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.